want to learn the ukulele or the ukulele or the ukulele if you're from Wales? Why do people play the ukulele? Well, it's fun, it's sociable, any age can learn it, from small children up to much older adults. I actually teach in a secondary school, but I also play in an adult ukulele group. So it really is a fun instrument and great at learning a new skill and making new friends. Now I'm going to keep these really simple. I intend to make a few videos to cover the lessons that I teach in school. We've recently started a new beginner group. Our beginners that started back in September, they've now moved into our main school club. So I've got new students in school to teach, and my local village has recently started a ukulele group as well, which is mainly beginners. So while everything was fresh in my mind, I thought it'd be a nice idea to put a few videos together. So in this first lesson, I'm going to cover some absolute basics. And remember, I am going to keep it very simple. So I'll show you how to tune your ukulele, how to hold your ukulele, some very, very basic strumming and a couple of basic chords. And hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to play a couple of songs. Now, I will be directing you to some of my other videos, just like I do in school. I'm going to be using this concert ukulele, but this lesson will work fine if you've got a little soprano ukulele or a tenor ukulele, because all the chords are the same. So before you start to play your ukulele, you really do need to tune it. Now, if you've got a brand new ukulele there, the chances are it is going to be very out of tune. So you probably need to check my other video, which is a little bit more complex on how to tune a ukulele. But if your ukulele is just a little bit out of tune and you've got one of these, okay, a clip-on tuner, you pop it onto the headstock of your ukulele, turn it on, and then, if you're not sure, run your finger up the string so you know which peg that you're going to tune. All right, the names of the strings: G, C, E, and A. And I teach the students in school, goats can eat anything. All right, so I've got my tuner on there now. If I come in a little bit closer, you're going to be able to see, hopefully. There we are. As I pluck a string, it lights up, and I'm aiming for it to be in the middle. Okay? That one is a little bit out, so I'm just going to turn it up a little bit till it gets to the green in the middle. I'm only turning the peg a fraction. There we go, and our A string. Alright, if your ukulele is very out of tune, please do check out my other video about tuning. Right, holding your ukulele. Now then, there are going to be a few factors to take into consideration with this. First of all, are you standing or are you sitting? If you're sitting, you'll notice that I've got my ukulele resting on my lap, and it's quite comfortable. The main thing you've got to remember is you want to be able to freely move both hands. All right, now if you're holding your ukulele, all right, sometimes that's quite difficult. So you need to find the best way of being able to balance your ukulele and play. So sitting down, nice and easy. Alright, I can just balance it on my leg, my hand, my left hand can freely move around, my right hand can freely move around, and it's just tucked in my arm so it's not falling over. Okay, so sitting down, I could use my concert or my soprano if I swap them over, and I'm doing basically the same thing. Now my soprano's a bit short to be really resting on my knee, but I can hold this one because it's a bit smaller, tuck it under my arm, and I'm nice and free to still play. Look, I can still move my left hand around for my chords. I can still use my right hand for my strumming. So that's sitting down with no strap to use. Right, so I've grabbed another one of my ukuleles for a minute because this one's got a strap ready on it. You'll notice it's quite a thin strap. They work great for ukuleles. So I'm just gonna pop this on for a minute. Now, suddenly, hands free, all right? No, not your phone, your ukulele. I've got no worries about the uke falling, all right? My left hand is free to move around to make chords. My right hand is free to strum. I can stand up and look, don't even have to hold the ukulele. So I would recommend, if you possibly can, to get a strap. You can either have the strap button there at the bottom of the neck, or some of them you can actually tie it around the neck stock. And a lot of ukuleles do come with a bottom strap button. But as I say, it is easy enough to do. If you're feeling brave, or take it to a local music shop, they may be able to do it. I will try and make a video at some point how to attach strap buttons. So that's a normal ukulele strap holding your uke. Okay? Right, so we're almost ready to start playing. Maybe you're desperate to learn, you don't have a strap with a hook, or you don't have any strap buttons, or you haven't got a strap in the house. You can start, remember, sitting down, resting it on your leg is easy enough to play. You can stand up at a push. So look, you tuck it under your arm. You've got to make sure this bit of your forearm here isn't dampening the strings. And there we go, you can play it, but don't leave go of your ukulele, you will drop it. Right, one last little thing before we really start to learn. In school, we use coloured stickers, all right, for absolute beginners. So I have made a video on how to apply the stickers and which colours, so I'll pop a link in the description below for that. I'm assuming most people won't have stickers on their ukulele, but if you would like to apply them to your uke, it does make life a bit easier, especially right at the very beginning. It gives you a visual to look at, as well as trying to remember everything else. So there we go. Those are some coloured stickers that we use in school. Right, so we're ready to actually learn the ukulele. We've got to think of two things. First of all, what our left hand is doing by making chords, pressing down, and then what our right hand is doing, strumming and producing the actual sound. Now, I could show you just how to strum like that, but it doesn't sound particularly nice. So the very first thing we're going to do is find our C chord. There we go, you can see the diagram has just come up now, and if you look at the diagram, it's this bit of the fretboard here. Okay, so we're going to find our A string. Remember, goats can eat anything. And then our third fret, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put our ring finger, or our third finger on it. If I come in a bit closer, you will see there, 1, 2, 3, but we're going to put this finger on it, and then very, very gently, with my thumb, I'm going to go across the 4 strings. So you're plucking them one at a time. If it doesn't sound very nice, alright, chances are you're not pressing your finger down hard enough. Okay, and then you should very gently be able to run your thumb across the 4 strings. Now I actually recommend using your first finger to strum with. When I started, I started off using my thumb, which is, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with that at all, but you do pay the price with getting blisters on your thumb, okay? So this is how I teach the students in school. I tell them to put their thumb behind their first joint on their first finger, like that. And then very, very gently, remember now, 3rd fret for our C chord, we're going to just strum down, okay? Now, it might not sound really nice to start with, you may get a bit of clacking going on, okay? But just nice and gently, there we go, do it with me, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. If you're using your thumb, that's fine. Whichever first finger or thumb, keep it really light though. Alright, and nice and slow. There's no race. Okay, now you might also have noticed where I'm strumming. I'm strumming over this bottom bit of the fingerboard between the sound hole and the bottom of the neck. Alright, not like a guitar. Guitarists tend to strum further down, and look, it doesn't sound very nice when you strum down there. It actually feels more comfortable as well to strum there, okay? So that should be the first thing you're doing, is just doing a really gentle down strum using a C chord. Okay, so you should be happy with your C chord now. Remember, keep it simple, get one thing sorted before you move on to the next. So the F chord, there we go, the chord chart has just appeared. So, which fingers do we use for our F chord? Well, we're going to put our first finger on our E string on the 1st fret. So remember, goats can eat anything. So there's our E, first finger, 1st fret. And then my middle finger on my 2nd finger, I'm going to reach across to the 2nd fret on the G string. And if I come in a bit closer there, you can see how that looks. So I move those fingers out of the way, and it should sound okay. Now I've got my thumb on the middle of the back of the neck. That means that I can freely move my hand. I'm not restricted anyway, and I can also press it down, because if you notice, look, I'm pressing right down on the tips of my fingers. So I'll do it again, single strings. That's what our F chord should sound like. Right? So, like we did before, nice basic down strums on our F. Down, 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 down. Okay? I'm keeping it really light. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now the tricky bit. How do we get from F to C? Well, look, if you notice, I haven't moved my hand yet. The way we teach this in school, there's a video that will go with this to help you press F and C. Now there's actually a tutorial and a play-along video, and generally at the end of a class we can play this and all the students in school can manage to move between an F and a C. Just takes a bit of practice. So let's do that now. My first chord, an F, and then I'm going to take my middle finger off so I can replace and put my ring finger or my 3rd finger down for my C string, and as I'm moving I'm taking my 1st finger off as well. I'll do that in slow motion for you. So there's our F chord. As I take my middle finger off so I can move my third finger across, I'm taking that finger up. So, a bit faster, there's F, then there's C. I'll do it again. F, C, F, C, F, C. All right. Now, ideally, you want to be able to practice that over and over again. I know it's boring, but that's what's going to get your muscle memory in your fingers. All right, use your thumb or your first finger, but keep it slow. Okay? And make sure it sounds nice. If it's not sounding nice, it's because you're not pressing your fingers down hard enough with your left hand. Keep going with those videos till you can move F and C nice and slowly. So let's have a little recap of what we've learnt. We've learnt how to tune our ukuleles, we've learnt how to hold our ukuleles, we've done some very basic strumming, and we've learnt our first 2 chords. So at this point in school, we'd have a go of our first songs. And the very first song we learn is Bob Marley, Lively Up Yourself. There is a play along video for this, all right? So you don't have to sing. And it starts on a C chord, and it has 2 C's and then 2 F's. So for each chord, you're strumming down twice, and it'll go something like this. So it's C, F, back to C, lively up yourself and don't be no drag, ba-da-ba-bum-bum, lively up yourself, cause this is the other bag, ba-da-ba-bum-bum, and so on. Alright, so you play along to the play along video for that, and then the other song is the Mavericks, Dance the Night Away. It's the same 2 chords. Again, you do 2 down strums for each chord, but this one starts on an F and it is a little bit faster, and it'll go something like, okay, F, F, C, C, just wanna dance the night away with senoritas who can sway. Alright, so go and check out the play along videos. I'll pop all the links in the description below. I hope this video has helped, and there will be others in these beginner lesson series. If you've got a comment or a question, drop it below, and please subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.